Hello guys, StanXL here, and in today's video, we will be looking at Mr. Savage and how him and his trio is looking before FNCS kick off in a few days. I will be looking at his off spawn and how he's looking while conned, and I will be talking about a potential new drop spot that he can go, but I will get to that later in the video. So first, I'll take a look at Mr. Savage's off spawn situation. He is currently conned by Rex's trio at the resistance base, and they are currently going pretty even in the off spawn fight. But the problem is, Savage currently have the third party from Upple's trio that lands at the north split of resistance base. They are often sneaking in and third partying the fight. If the fight drags out and they don't quick wipe Rex, then they get third partied and they often go down. But when they quick wipe them, they get good loot and they go on to have very often get a good game with placement and kills. So with that, let's take a look at the mid and end game strategies of Mr. Savage. So when they do make it off spawn, they have a good mid game strategy, and with the 3 kills they get off spawn, they often have decent surge. What Savage likes to do as the IGL is they like to play Storm and rotate into Supernova Academy with the rail and hit that rail into boxcars, which often gets them into zone. They don't get tagged very often because they're in Storm so often, and there's not many teams around that on the north edge of the map, which is the dead side. So they often get in without getting a lot of tags on them. Then they often take a fight, like a mid-game fight, to top them off on heals, get a little bit more surge, and then a little bit more heals and mats as well. So when they get to end games stacked, they often pop off with good placements and a lot of kills. Reason and Chap is very consistent at getting those important end game refreshes that often make or break the game. While Savage is tarping, they often at the front low where they like to be. Chap and Reason are playing off each other at the back of the tarp, getting refreshes, fighting, and stuff like that. When they are stacked, they usually, like I said, get a top 5. So I have good faith that Savage can get Lanquil in Grands this season, but I will have even more faith if they do get a drop spot on Con, which brings me to the last thing I do want to talk about, which is the Fortress of Solitude. You may have seen it, but the Superman update just dropped like a few days ago, and with that, we are gonna get a new POI, the Fortress of Solitude. But this haven't made it into the game yet. It's gonna come out in game on July 15th, which is like 1 or 2 days before FNCS, I believe. But the reason I think Savage might be able to get this on Con is mostly because of the placement of the POI. It's located at the very edge of the map, just down with the mountain where we saw Savage, Reason, and Chap land last season when they had a bit of a rough one in Grands. Is at the edge of the map there. But it looks like it's gonna be a pretty big POI with decent loot. And this is the important part. In the blog post with the release of the Superman update, Epic Games actually wrote that they will increase the spawns of the tech labs. And the reason why this is so important to this POI is that these tech labs, those revamped bunkers that spawn around the map, they spawn with a guaranteed rift. And with this rift, they are able to rotate around past those teams that are sitting on top of this mountain, right? And tagging them for surge. And they are able to get in zone with very little damage taken. But I don't think any LAN Qual teams will actually try to claim this drop spot because of the placement of the PY, and the surge options aren't very good at this drop spot. So that is why I think it's not a tier 1 drop spot for the LAN Qual big teams like Queasy, like Malibuka, who are currently conning each other at Demon's Domain. But I think it's a good average drop spot that Mr. Savage could try to lock down to get that LAN Qual that he so desperately wants with Chap and Reson. So yeah, and yeah, with the drop spot situation that he's currently in and not going pretty even in, it's not very likely that he will get the LAN Qual if this drops the off spawn fight goes like it currently is. If Savage somehow are able to go like 8 or 10-0 in grants, then I'm sure they will get the LAN Qual, because when they make it off spawn, as I talked about earlier in the video, they pop off almost every game if they get endgame stacked. They play so phenomenally well. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below if you think Savage is gonna be able to quality LAN with Chap and Reson. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.